The verses use the analogy of mistaking a snake for a rope to explain a key concept in Vedantic philosophy called the Varta, or unreal superimposition. And this concept illustrates how we often perceive the world and its objects as real and separate from us due to ignorance. Just like someone might see a snake instead of the actual rope in dim light, we see the world as distinct from Brahman, the ultimate reality. The idea is that our perceptions of the world are like illusions or apparent modifications of the underlying reality, which is Brahman. This illusion doesn't change the true nature of reality, just like the rope doesn't turn into a snake. It only appears so. The process of correcting this misconception and recognizing what we thought was the world is actually, Brahman is known as Apavada. Additionally, the concept of vikara, or real transformation, like milk turning into curd, contrasts with Vivarta. In the school of qualified monism advocated by Ramanuja, the universe is seen as an actual modification of Brahman, meaning everything in the universe, including individual selves, is genuinely transformed and is part of Brahman. And the verses discuss the concept of desuperimposition, which involves understanding the true nature of reality by tracing everything back to its ultimate source, Brahman. It starts by considering all physical entities, bodies, food, planes of existence like Earth, and the entire universe. These are composed of the 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. To graph their essence, we reverse the process of creation by breaking these complex forms down to their fundamental components, the 5 gross elements. And these elements, along with the sensory experiences and the subtle bodies, are further reduced to their more basic, undifferentiated forms. The uncompounded elements, and these elements influenced by the qualities of purity, activity, and inertia, led back to their cause, which is consciousness intertwined with ignorance, indicating that our perception of material reality is clouded by fundamental ignorance. Finally, this ignorance and the consciousness associated with it are resolved back into the pure transcendent Brahman, the ultimate reality that underlies everything. This process helps clarify the profound connection between the individual self and Brahman, illustrating that everything is essentially an expression of this absolute reality, free from all forms and illusions. In our exploration of Vedantic philosophy, we learned how our misconceptions about reality, similar to mistaking a snake for a rope, stem from ignorance. This concept, known as Vivarta, shows us that what we perceive as the world is actually kind of Brahman, the ultimate reality. Through the process of desuperimposition, we trace all existence back to Brahman, revealing that everything around us is merely an expression of this absolute reality, free from the illusions we initially perceived